All right, YouTube, it says we're live. It is approximately 8:41 a.m. Central Time here in Wisconsin, June 18th, 2021. Not sure if anybody's going to get some notifications, but if some of y'all do, I just want to share. I'm going to do a quick live stream. Kim Martin, hello, Justin. Good to see you. Thank you. Did you by chance get a notification? Or were you just scrolling through and seeing that I was live? The Bubba News. What's shaking, bacon? Hopefully, how's your eyeball doing? Wait till some people get in here. What's up, Jose? Sister Diane Blue. Good night, morning. The Bubba News. Kim Martin. Brother Jose. Sister Diane Blue's in the house. No notification, just pulled up YouTube and saw you live. Figures, but appreciate you jumping in. It's going to be a while before notifications start going out. Sister Dee Bee's in the house. Great to see you. Howdy, y'all. Sister Love Pugs. Always great to see you as well. Little firecracker. Let me try something real quick. Little firecracker. Yeah. And if y'all notice at the bottom, the money symbol, YouTube went ahead and remonetized our channel, which we were demonetized for over 2 years. So that was pretty cool. Wasn't expecting that by no means. Sister Wendy Clark. Wow, it's been a very, 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 very long time. How's your son doing, by the way? Is any progress with his brain injury? And I mean, you can answer if you want. If you don't want to, I understand. There goes my wrench again. Are you serious? It took me forever to get this thing up and going. Add moderator. Sister West Texas is in the house. I got pop-ups everywhere. I had to reboot this computer over and over and over and over and over and over again. But yeah, ScrewTube. BB Truce in the house. Great to see you once again, BB. If none of y'all saw her live stream, her precious little pup ventured onto her way to heaven, and I know the struggles you all know. Losing a puppy dog or a beloved cat, a family member, is brutal. And Sister West Texas, just the other day, lost one of her family members, her pups, so to speak. So prayers to you all to find strength in your trying times. I know how brutal it can be. Our families are our pets. They're our loved ones, our family members. Wendy Clark, he has been in trouble, and he was injured 5 times with the brain injury. Well, we're definitely saying prayers for your son and you as well. Are you still on in the islands, or are you back to the States? No need to thank me, BB. No need to thank me at all. Oops. Still trying to get used to this. God bless our fur babies. Amen. Well, what I wanted to do is I'm going to quickly share screen. Jessica from the Philippines. Great to see you. Great to see you. I love that video you got feeding all those chickens, whole or roosters. Wow. I've never seen so many roosters in my life. Sister Diane Blue, that's a painful loss. Absolutely. It almost killed me when Marmar died, Big Marley. He still lives on the Big Island. He has been homeless on the. I'm sorry to hear that. If many of y'all don't know, Wendy Clark was a part of the channel for a long time, and I hadn't seen it. Shoot, it's been a couple of years. It seems like time goes by so fast. But her son um, sustained a severe head injury, and after the head injury, he kind of went plummeting downhill, which is very, very sad. And a lot of people that do suffer severe head injuries aren't the same people, that we know and love and we still love them, absolutely. But, head injuries can change a person, and it's just sad that that her son's going through what he's going through. So if you could just say prayers for Sister Wendy Clark and her son, that would be great. I hadn't seen you on the notices. Yeah, I haven't done live streams in a long time. So real quick, it's Wales, UK here. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about. I saw this on RT News, and I'm using with that Fair Use Act bullcrap for educational purposes only, so I don't get a copyright or a strike or some, You're very welcome, Sister Wendy Clark. But the laws in the UK, the police state, United Kingdom, British law, you'll see. Let me share this screen. It'll blow you away. Josh H in the house. There's another stranger. Yo, that's about all I get out of you anymore. But yo, good to see you. You got to change your thumbnail, man. No more snow, brother. It's hot outside. Good to see you. I hope business is going well with you, and be praying for safe travels. Last I talked to you, you got your truck up and running, your big truck. So really great to see you. It's great to see every single one of y'all. 12 in the house. Remember the good old days when there was 200 to 300 in the house? Those days I really didn't like because I could never read the chat. Went by so fast. Been busy out here hauling freight. That's awesome. That's awesome. Time to prep up, people. Time to prep up. Prison POV. What's shaking, bacon? What's up, Splinter? I strongly urge you all, even if you see these in the archives, check out Prison POV. Splinter, awesome channel. If you need a good laugh, he tells his stories from doing time in prison, and talks about his battles with addiction. Me, I'm a recovering alcoholic, will be for the rest of my life. And, if I take one sip of one beer, boom, off to the races. Then it goes from beer to vodka. 3 months later, then I got to try to come out of it's horrible. Horrible way to live. Just waking up, drinking a rock star. Always drinking that water. Hey, this is like me. He's always got to drink water too, bottled water, because get dry mouth. But if you can throw your link up, let me throw you real quick. Let me throw you a wrench there, Splinter, and I want you to put your link in the chat for your channel. Yeah, he drops the F-bomb and stuff like that here, but his stories are real, they're true, they're hilarious. Absolutely love his channel. It's freaking great. If you're ever down and out, or you want to hear some wild, crazy stories, and the way he's so animated, and he should be a comedian. He just comes up with this witty, fast, humorous ways of telling stories. I don't literally have tears that come out of my eyes just strewing when I watch his videos, and the way he tells his stories are awesome. Don't forget the thumbs up, brother RG Homestead in the house. Great to see you, brother. How's everything going out in Arizona? Bet the heat's nasty. Sister Ellie's Life is in the house. Great to see you as well from the Philippines. Much love. God bless. Justin, been trying to get a freezer. Just do not have a way to get it to my house or help to get it off a truck. Sad. I help everyone when you need some. Oh, yeah. It's always funny, isn't it, when you help others, and then when it comes time you need help, it's like everybody disappeared. You know, I know exactly what you're saying, but I'll shoot a prayer for you here shortly that you find some help. You can go on Craigslist in the section gigs, and you can type in that you need help. You know, getting the freezer loaded into your house. I mean, I know you've got enough firepower, so if you get some crazies, you can put them 6 feet under if they try anything stupid. Thank you for the kind words. No problem, brother. I speak the truth here. Diesel prices are doubling what they were under Trump. Oh, I know. Yeah, way to go, everybody that voted for Biden, which we all know how that election truly turned out. But let's see what happens in 2022. But without further ado, Splinter, please, now that you got the wrench, if you got time, drop your link in there. And if not, I'll put the link to your channel in the comment section after the video uploads. But I want to show you, this is going to blow your mind if you watch this video, the laws over there in the UK. So let's do the share screen. You know, I got this piece of garbage computer. It's slow as all get out. Hopefully you all be able to hear it. Yeah, prison POV. Gas prices are skyrocketing. Yeah, you're in California. California. Share screen. Okay, when I share screen, everybody just remember I don't see your comments. You don't see what I'm looking at, so don't think I'm ignoring you. Let's blow this up full screen, and I won't see any comments, but I'm going to play this through. Hold on, let me get this off here. I'm not great with links, bro. My bad. No, that's okay. All you do is you go to one of your videos, and you see the share button, the little arrow. Click on that. Click on copy link, and then come over here and just drop it in the comment, and then paste it in the comment section. But I can go ahead and do it after this is over. Check out these laws, and says the British government has legalized rape, murder, and torture by undercover police. This is insane. Hopefully it. Once again, I'm using the Fair Use Act, whatever it's called. This is just for education.
The United Kingdom is a government has just legalized.
All right, that just blew my eardrums out. Let's try this again. Let me see if it's even playing. Yeah, let me see if it's even playing. Turn this down. All right, I can see your alls. Yeah, Brett, check the, yeah, what the F, exactly. You hadn't heard nothing yet. Turn this down.
The United Kingdom is a police state. The British government has just legalized rape, murder, and torture by undercover police. And no, that's not an exaggeration. There are 3 laws in the UK that should scare the crap out of anyone in Britain right now, and 2 of them have already become law. The third one that's still making its way through Parliament is called the Police Court Sentencing and Crimes Bill. People have called this the anti-protest bill, and you may have heard about the Kill the Bill movement, where tons of activists are taking.
Now, I agree with him some things, but I just want to give you all a heads up. He is like a leftist. I believe in some of his ideology, but I'm just focused on these laws here.
To the streets to protest against it. This mammoth piece of legislation was introduced by the Boris Johnson government and gives police sweeping new powers. Police would be able to impose a start and finish time on protests, impose a noise limit, or decide whether a protest is justified or unjustified and just shut it down on the spot. They can do this even if it's just one person protesting. The law includes vague language like being a nuisance or causing serious disruption, which leaves you wondering how the hell anyone is supposed to protest if they can't draw attention to their cause. People who refuse to comply with police orders could be fined up to £2,500. The maximum sentence for defacing a statue has gone up from 3 months to 10 years, which means you could potentially serve a longer prison sentence for defacing the statue of a white supremacist or a slave trader than for rape. The other two pieces of legislation that the media, of course, barely even covers, and are just as bad, if not worse, depending on how you like your police state. The second one of them is the Covert Human Intelligence Sources Act, or CHIS for short. It's also been nicknamed the Spy Cops Bill after a previous scandal involving British police who duped women into relationships and even having children. This bill precisely allows undercover agents to behave like spies, giving them a license to kill, and it's not an exaggeration. It literally says in the bill that undercover agents will be given a criminal conduct authorization. And they don't just mean MI5, Britain's security service. This includes every single police force in Britain. It includes the Home Office, the Ministry of Justice, and even undercover agents working at the Gambling Commission and the Food Standards Agency. Because as you know, people working undercover for the Food Standards Agency need a license to rape or torture in order to do their duties. When the Spy Cops Bill made its way from the House of Commons to the House of Lords, an amendment was passed to remove the worst crimes such as rape, torture, and murder from the bill. So agents of the state can't just go around randomly raping and killing people. Now, once the bill made its way back to the House of Commons, this amendment was shut down and removed. And now this monstrosity is actually a law in Britain. The best part is that it doesn't really specify who issues these so-called criminal conduct authorizations. Undercover agents can use them in the name of preventing crime, for national security reasons, in the economic interests of the UK, whatever the hell that means. It's not like there are powerful financial interests who have influence with the government, which would pose an enormous conflict of interest. It's not like the British government would ever use the police to infiltrate unions, target activists, or left-wing organizations while letting fascist groups off the hook. What's wrong with giving the state sweeping powers to just run amok like criminals? I bet that'll end well. Now, if those two atrocities weren't bad enough, the third bill in question is the Overseas Operations Bill. It gives British troops immunity from prosecution for war crimes by introducing a presumption of innocence and a statute of limitation of 5 years. So, for example, if a British soldier executes a prisoner of war or murders a civilian, but it happened more than 5 years ago, then the British government won't investigate or prosecute it. Funnily enough, the British government claims that this law is meant to protect British troops from what the Secretary of Defense, Ben Wallace, called vexatious claims and endless allegations. Right? So that's another way of saying we're not interested in holding our soldiers accountable. It's annoying. In recent years, the British government opened 2 war crimes investigations into British troops, one for Afghanistan called Operation Northmore, and one for Iraq called the Iraq Historic Allegations Team. Both of these inquiries were shut down without a single case being taken or a single conviction, right? Because British troops would never commit war crimes in Afghanistan or Iraq. It's not like the Times published damning internal emails showing the SAS, Britain's elite fighting force, joking about how they were executing Afghan civilians and planting weapons on them to frame them. So basically, the British government investigated itself for war crimes and found nothing wrong, how surprising, and now wants to give its own troops immunity for war crimes older than 5 years because it thinks these inquiries are boring and vexatious, which again is a nice way of saying annoying. The first ever British soldier to be convicted of a war crime was Donald Payne. He beat an Iraqi man to death in 2003 in Basra in Iraq and went to jail for just 1 year. 1 year for murder. If Britain finds someone guilty of war crimes and then just gives them a slap on the wrist, why would you expect them to take any other war crimes seriously, right? It's not British troops who need protection. It's everyone else who needs protection for British troops. Let's get that straight. And some of you might be asking,
that I don't agree with because over there fighting for your life, you don't know back then who was friend or foe, so to speak, who the enemy was. Um, that's kind of his leftist ideology. But giving the police force and etc. the right to rape, kill, etc. is it's a police state. And if we don't get our acts together here in the United States, that's what we're facing under this administration, if not worse. But over there, they're not allowed to possess guns. So,
well, how on earth did this happen? Where was the opposition? How did all these bills become law? There is none. There is no opposition. The Labour Party did nothing to stop any of this. Keir Starmer whipped Labour MPs into abstaining, essentially letting the bill through and gifting the Tories all of this. Lovely, right? This idea that Britain is not a police state is fantasy. I covered Julian Assange's extradition hearing at the Old Bailey in London. I know firsthand how the British and American governments are working together to criminalize journalism. And again, it's not like Britain has ever been a bastion of civil rights before, but this is just out in the open now. They don't even care to hide it. And I know people have a hard time grasping this because they've been brainwashed into thinking that all Western countries, including the United Kingdom, are democratic utopias. But you need only look at Britain's colonial history and the legislation it's just passed, and you shan't be surprised. The United Kingdom dares to lecture other countries about human rights while violating its own Human Rights Act or amending it to make the illegal legal.
All right, I'm going to start this right back from the beginning just for a few, like 1 minute. And then for people that are just coming in, Amos Black's in the house. G, what's up? I don't know if I've ever seen you in here. If not, welcome. Shoot. And Sister West Texas, if you could put Splinter Prison POV, the link in the chat a couple more times, that would be awesome.
The United Kingdom is a police state. The British government has just legalized rape, murder, and torture by undercover police. And no, that's not an exaggeration. There are 3 laws in the UK that should scare the crap out of anyone in Britain right now, and 2 of them have already become law. The third one that's still making its way through Parliament is called the Police Court Sentencing and Crimes Bill. People have called this the anti-protest bill, and you may have heard about the Kill the Bill movement, where tons of activists are taking to the streets to protest against it. This mammoth piece of legislation was introduced by the Boris Johnson government and gives police sweeping new powers. Police would be able to impose a start and finish time on protests, impose a noise limit, or decide whether a protest is justified or unjustified and just shut it down on the spot. They can do this even if it's just one person protesting. The law includes vague language like being a nuisance or causing serious disruption, which leaves you wondering how the hell anyone is supposed to protest if they can't draw attention to their cause. People who refuse to comply with police orders could be fined up to £2,500. The maximum sentence for defacing a statue has gone up from 3 months to 10 years, which means you could potentially serve a longer prison sentence for defacing the statue of a white supremacist or a slave trader than for rape. The other 2 pieces of legislation that the media, of course, barely even covers, and are just as bad, if not worse, depending on how you like your police state. The second one of them is the Covert Human Intelligence Sources Act, or CHIS for short. It's also been nicknamed the Spy Cops Bill after a previous scandal involving British police who duped women into relationships and even having children. This bill precisely allows undercover agents to behave like spies, giving them a license to kill, and it's not an exaggeration. It literally says in the bill that undercover agents will be given a criminal conduct authorization. And they don't just mean MI5, Britain's security service. This includes every single police force in Britain. It includes the Home Office, the Ministry of Justice, and even undercover agents working at the Gambling Commission and the Food Standards Agency. Because as you know, people working undercover for the Food Standards Agency need a license to rape or torture in order to do their duties.
That's sickening, people. That's sickening. Definitely something that is possible over here in the States. Now I want to turn to a video, Mark Dice, and I knew this was coming because Father's Day over the horizon. I saw this morning. I want to play it, and then I'll jump back on the live. But this will This is, I mean, what our country is turning out to be is just so insane and crazy, disgusting. Here we go.
The other thing I like about StreamYard is that if there's ever a glitch,
Liberals are miserable people and not only can't enjoy any holidays, but they also try to ruin the fun for us normal people. And as you can guess, they're upset about Father's Day, which is coming up this Sunday, for perpetuating toxic masculinity, gender stereotypes, and heteronormativity, meaning the fact that heterosexual couples are seen as the standard and normal. Over the last few years, the insanity has metastasized. NBC News published an op-ed titled, "This Father's Day, Men Are Experiencing a Crisis of Masculinity. The solution? More feminism." It went on to complain about toxic masculinity and how gender norms haven't changed enough. Not enough. Still too many boys and girls out there. The culture Marxists want them all to have gender nullification surgery. The Sydney Morning Herald Tribune published an article titled, "How Father's Day and Mother's Day Teach Gender Stereotypes to Kids." That was written by a man who...
Isn't this disgusting? I knew that they were going to try to attack Father's Day. These crazy far leftist whack jobs. But I digress or whatever. I don't know. It's just ridiculous.
Says, "I try to teach my boys to challenge the traditional gender roles, to question what it means to be masculine, and to not pigeonhole members of any gender. But I can already see they have an aversion to pink, and the only recent superhero film they have not been excited about is Wonder Woman. The sexist crap is leaching in, no matter how hard I try." He obviously wants his boys to do drag shows, and he went on to suggest that Father's Day needs to be reimagined because of the growing diversity of families, single parents, and LGBT couples who have children. He recommended that it be renamed Parents' Day instead. An activist named Dr. Red Ruby Scarlet, who insists that's her real name, is trying to get Father's Day renamed to Special Persons Day, so children without a father in their life, we know who most of those people are, won't feel left out.
Let's turn now to the push to rename Father's Day Special Persons Day so children without a dad aren't offended.
Snopes, the highly inaccurate hoax debunking website, posted an article supposedly debunking the claim that radical feminists were calling for an end to Father's Day, and used a meme that someone created showing two women holding large signs that read, "Fathers don't deserve a day," and "End Father's Day." Well, the photos were photoshopped, and that's not what the signs in the original picture said. The idea behind the meme is true, because the meme is ridiculing the radical feminists who really do want Father's Day abolished. In fact, the Huffington Post published an article explicitly titled 3 Reasons Why Father's Day Should Be Abolished. Leftist activist group GLAAD, the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, released a Father's Day resource kit for the media where they complained that, quote, "The lives of gay, bisexual, and transgender parents and their families are often absent in Father's Day coverage, since print and electronic press reports often focus solely on straight parents." GLAAD encourages journalists to include gay and transgender families in their coverage of Father's Day. This toolkit provides story ideas and suggestions on how to make coverage of Father's Day more inclusive. They sent their resource kit to all major television studios and advertising agencies, hoping to get their ideas incorporated into the plots of shows and commercials. The ADL published a guide for schools and teachers to make classrooms more inclusive for all families, which recommends that, quote, "In discussions about family, actively discourage the concept of a traditional, average, or normal family." The online feminist magazine Everyday Feminism recommends practicing feminism for Father's Day, and says that they're going to be embracing the feminist struggle against the patriarchy for Father's Day. Obviously, whoever wrote that article has daddy issues and was raised by a single mother and is just spiteful about kids who grow up in normal families. And yes, a normal family has a mommy and a daddy. Of course, creating healthy, normal families is the exact opposite of what liberalism does. And liberalism is the root cause of creating dysfunctional ones. The traditional family, the normal family, is literally enemy number one of liberalism, which is why we have to preserve and protect it at all costs. Families instill moral values, carry on important cultural traditions, and provide a support network when someone goes through an emotionally or financially difficult time. And when someone is engaging in self-destructive or unscrupulous behaviors, those close to them can often see the warning signs and intervene to get them back on track. But the left doesn't want families to raise, teach, or protect children. They want the government to do it, along with the help from the high priests of Hollywood, who are held up as the moral leaders of America. The left's war on families is targeting the most vulnerable of our society, children. They're determined to raise the next generation to be as perverted as possible, worse than ancient Rome or Sodom and Gomorrah. The fact that liberals are promoting child drag queens and gender non-binary babies is a clear sign of the collapse of our civilization. They want to invert and pervert everything that's normal, including the most fundamental aspects of being human. Every facet of the family and interpersonal relationships is under attack. Let's not forget that CNN has also promoted cuckolding as a way to help couples' relationships. While relationships and marriage can be difficult, liberals often exacerbate these difficulties because they keep doing the fundamentals wrong. And now many of them are openly calling for an end to marriage altogether.
We must cancel marriage. Not only religious marriage. Marriage is not an issue of religion. Also civil marriage. I want all secular states to totally eliminate all registration and regulation of marriage. I want to cancel the very...
These people are batshit crazy. Pardon my French. Just delusional. Ministers of Satan.
concept of marriage.
A lesbian activist and author named Masha Gessen once admitted that the real goal of getting gay marriage legalized was to eventually eliminate marriage and monogamous relationships altogether.
Fighting for gay marriage generally involves lying about what we're going to do with marriage when we get there. You know, because we lie that the institution of marriage is not going to change. And that is a lie. The institution of marriage is going to change, and it should change. And again, I don't think it should exist. So
that clip is almost...
Real quick, I want to say, hey, Sister Lisa Wiebe, great to see you in the chat. Amos Black, great to see you as well. Dee Bee, I'm looking on my phone. If I had $1 for every gender, I would have $2 and a bunch of counterfeits. I love that. That's hilarious. Yes, Vivian. Oh my God, the world is crazy and getting worse day by day.
Almost 10 years old now. It's from 2012, but it's clear that the Marxists have been plotting and scheming for decades to destroy not just the United States, but everything that is good and normal in the human experience, because they're a bunch of evil and wicked people. So a salute to all the fathers out there who are teaching your children the truth and equipping them with the knowledge to see the enemy and understand what sinister plans the Marxists and spiteful mutants are trying to force upon the human race. And if you enjoy watching my videos, then support my channel by getting one of my shirts from my online store.
All right, well, that's what I wanted to share with you all. If you're just coming in, I'm going to be getting off here shortly. Might want to go back and see what I shared, the laws in Britain, the UK, giving police officers the right to rape, murder, and something else I can't remember offhand. But anyways, boom. Brother Walter Davis, great to see you. I saw you in the house. Sister West Texas. Let me scroll up once again if you all if you didn't see him. Splinter from Prison POV channel dropped in to say hey, and then this is his channel. Strongly urge you all to subscribe to it, listen to his stories, prison stories, and the way he tells them. They're absolutely hilarious. Anybody want to jump up on the panel and give your 2 cents before I get off here? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I was reading your some of your chats, some of your comments, I mean, and I could tell you're definitely wide awake and very educational, for sure. Very educated, very educational. That made me sound stupid. God bless us all, I'm telling you. Same to you, Sister West Texas, and everybody else. Thank you, Justin. Much love. Stay prayed up and prepped up. Yes, people, definitely. And once again, as you notice, I don't know how or why, they remonetized our channel. So if you want to help support the channel, just watch one of those stupid ads that they have in the beginning. And, you know, like we always did on the channel, we would donate super chats or whatever revenue to our brothers and sisters in need, or donate to Wounded Warriors and other things like that. Actually, what I think our goal is, I think a good goal would be Sister Lisa Wiebe. She's our Gulf War veteran, sister in Christ, who has 2 wonderful sons who are autistic. So I think it'd be nice to save up and raise up some money in the future and donate it to a charity for autism, and in the name of Sister Lisa Wiebe. I think that'd be a good goal. So, Justin, you can get rich now. Yeah, right. Definitely don't get rich on YouTube, that's for sure, unless I was doing makeup tutorials or something, you know, dressing up like a woman. I'd probably have 1 million subscribers, but that's here nor there. I might, after a while, later on tonight, put this on private. Sure, I'm going to get a strike or whatever, or copyright strike. Hell, they might just take the monetization away right away. I don't know. But anyways, to all y'all that came in, Sister Wendy Clark, great to see you. Definitely going to be praying for you and your son. It's great to see you back on the channel. Been way too long. Oh, and I got an announcement. I'm leaving Tuesday, and I'm headed to Florida. I'm going to be down there a month and a half, 2 months. I'll be spending time with my daughter, my wonderful daughter Haven, and the grandbaby, and visiting my dad. And I'll be bringing you all along with me, doing live streams on the drive down. It's about a 23-hour drive. Made it many times. It's going to be so hot. I'm going to pour a little bit of concrete with my old man. I'll probably fall out the first day, but anyways, yeah. So look forward to my next live stream. I will be in the car, probably leaving about 4 a.m. And then usually I do a straight run all the way. I think I might just drive like 15 hours and get a cheap motel and start up the next morning. So, yep, going to Florida. Can't stand Florida, but the times we're in right now, it's just too crazy, and I want to be down there to protect my daughter and get her set up, if you know what I mean. Fear no man, never fear death, get right with God, fight the good fight, and always stay locked and loaded. God bless. Thank you all for coming and showing your support, as always. And continued prayers for Sister West Texas, her sister Cindy. Last I spoke with West Texas, her sister had a urinary tract infection, and her heart rate has been elevated even while resting. But that's not terrible news. Just pray for comfort for her and healing with the UTI, and slow that heart rate down, and pray that our Heavenly Father encamps her with angels, and keeps her calm and relaxed as she goes through her chemo treatments. So much love, everybody. Sister Lisa Webby. Much love to you, Brother Michael Gale. Hi, Sister Elba. Much love to you too. Brother Michael Gale's wonderful wife, our sister in Christ. She's got to be wonderful to put up with Brother Michael Gale. Good Lord. Just kidding. All right, everybody. Much love. God bless.